right. This one's gonna be pretty short. Oh, poor Hydro Man. Poor Hydro Man. I'm sorry. I'm just laughing at I shouldn't laugh at it. You know, it's one of those small villains. You know, but I don't know. I think he's kind of cool. I don't know. Anyway, today we're gonna be talking about Hydro Man. We're gonna be talking about Hydro Man. Now, let's take a look back. I'm sorry. Oh my God, I'm sorry. I don't know why I'm laughing. That's the whole thing about it. I don't know why I'm laughing at him. It's just one of those small villains you might see in the TV show, and then you'll never see him again. Hydro Man. All right, all right. Let's take a look back at the amazing Spider-Man: The Coming of Hydro Man. Okay. Jesus, what's wrong with me? I don't know. Okay. There was a boat in the water, and Spider-Man go there. Nah, just playing with you. There's a ship called the SS Bulldog, where the people on board just finished lowering a special power generator thing into the water, right? Spider-Man is there for what I'm assuming he's keeping watch if anything goes wrong. I guess. And something does go wrong. Electrical cable snaps and it goes wailing around with enough electricity to kill a person. Spider-Man trying to use some boxes to quickly stop the cable from, going everywhere without him getting too close to it. So he was like using the boxes to like snare the wire. And the thing is, when Spider-Man did this, he accidentally knocked. There was some before Spider-Man picked up the boxes. There was like some people, but beside the box or behind it, whatever. They were playing cards and stuff. And when Spider-Man picked the box up and started swinging it around, he thought everybody was clear, but he didn't see the people back there. So somebody accidentally got knocked out, and someone else fell into the water. That person was Morris Bench. And like I said, Spider-Man didn't know it at the time. So when he was told by the other guy he knocked over, Spider-Man was like, shit. And so he jumped in, and Spider-Man saw that Morris was about to get chopped up by the ship propellers, and that he wouldn't make it in time to save him. So Spider-Man again said, shit. Oh, well, I tried. I didn't say that. But just before Spider-Man could order, I'm sorry, I tried buffalo wings at Zaxby's, Morris luckily missed the propellers, and Spider-Man once again was like, shit, GG. After a while, Morris was able to come to, but he didn't quite feel dry. He couldn't shake the feeling that he wasn't like, he was wiping himself off, trying to get dry from, the water, but he just couldn't. He shrugged it off and left, no big deal. That's until Morris got wet when one of his hoes wanted to play with him. So much so that he melts to the floor. But he learned how to get hard again when he started thinking about Spider-Man. And so he leaves to go teach him a lesson for making him wet all the time now. That didn't come out right. I said it anyway, didn't I? Where did Morris think he was going? He was looking for Spider-Man through the sewers and kept on popping out, going door to door and building to building. Where did he think he was going? Not the brightest guy, but everyone knows that the quickest way to find a superhero is to start some trouble. And see, Spider-Man showed up, only to catch up with recently old friends. Morris said, fuck you, and left, leaving Spider-Man to come up with a way to have a proper way to meet up with the guy just to say fuck you too. Pow! Spider-Man quickly went behind him and hit him in the back. Boom! Spider-Man tried to kick him, but it didn't work all that well. After a few more attempts at trying to fight him, to no avail, Spider-Man said fuck it and left, but Hydro Man was right on his tail. During the chase on the rooftop, Spider-Man finds out that Hydro Man's weakness is Laundry Man in his sidekick newspaper boy. Spider-Man slaps the shit out of Hydro Man into a puddle and watches the sun turn his ass into a cloud. Spider-Man then punches the cloud in the face, blah, and told him to keep his ass in the sky, and if he ever see a low-hanging cloud in the city again, he'll swing kick right through it. Nah, he didn't say that, but I wish he did. He probably was thinking about it, though. He probably thinking about saying something like that. Anyway, that's it. That's pretty much it for Hydro Man. Yeah, like I said, it was pretty short. I really don't. I mean, I want him in the game, but I just don't see how. You know what? I kind of want him to be like. If I want Hydro Man to be in the game. I want him to be like a fight and everything. But he doesn't really seem all that bad of a guy. I mean, yeah, he's kind of an asshole, but he's not more like a I will destroy all humans. He's not that kind of a villain. He's kind of a dickhead that got powers accidentally. So he's just going around beating up people, punching people and stuff, and everybody that wronged him, I guess. And Spider-Man was he was top of his list because Spider-Man accidentally made him what he is, I guess. And he wanted to get revenge on Spider-Man, which honestly, is it really all that of a bad thing that you can turn into water? I mean, I guess anything you'll get on would be wet, your clothes will always be wet, you're always leaking. Yeah, I guess it would be kind of a nuisance after a while. But hey, at least you can I mean, he couldn't even be it wouldn't even be useful to be like a villain with his powers, because it's like a take on Sandman, but the thing is, water. How can I explain this? Let's say if Hydro Man wanted to be like a villain or whatever, a bad guy. Let's say he wanted to go rob a bank. He can turn himself into water, but the money can't. So he could probably slip in through the bank undetected, maybe not. No, not really. Cause if you go into a vault or something, there'll be cameras to see him. Then you put on the mask or whatever. But let's say he did, was able to sneak into the bank all liquidy and come out, and stuff like that, and get into the vault with the money. How is he going to get the money out? Because I can see how he get in there, and I can see how he get out, but I don't see how he can get out with the money, because the money can't turn into water unless anything he touches, he can turn it into water too. I don't think so. I think he can only turn himself into water. Him in his clothes. Well, he's got on clothes, and when he turns into water, they turn into water too. So maybe he can turn things into water. If he can turn his clothes into water, then he can take his clothes off. So if he can put it on and turn it, and when he turns into water and his clothes turn into water, maybe he can turn things into water too. Huh. That's strange. Hydro Man's power is kind of strange. Sandman is he's basically, Hydro Man is basically Sandman, but just water. They even, from what I did a little bit of research, I didn't see it, but I didn't read the comic book or anything, but I saw on the fandom page that Hydro Man and Sandman actually did combine with each other. And I was thinking about what if they did that, but it turns out that since both of them their IQ is not all that great. Even with them combined, it's not all that great. They end up merging with each other, and they weren't all that smart or something like that. I haven't done my research too much on it, but I know about it. Maybe I can find some pictures or something I can show y'all. But yeah, they ended up merging, but it didn't work out all that great. And then there was stuff with they had a little bit of drama with both of their love interests. Some love interest drama thing going on. I really don't too much care for love in comic books, and when it comes to I don't mind having girls and stuff in the comic books. Yeah, sure, whatever. Why would I care? But when it comes to having relationships, and then you get this go and see through the drama of it, I don't want to see any love relationship drama in comic books. I get it, it's what. That's same thing with Spider-Man and Mary Jane and Quinn and all these other girls he's fucking. Yeah, that's pretty cool, but I don't want to hear about it all the time. Oh, MJ doesn't love me no more. I don't want to hear that, Spider-Man. Come on, we're fighting crime, man. Come on. I don't want to hear love relationship problems. I got problems of my own. Why would I want to hear about someone else's? I'm like, I don't care, man. Come on, man. I want to see you fight, Hydro Man. I don't really too much care about the love interest drama in comic books and stuff. I never really did, unless it's like really good and it's like the whole comic book is like based on it, and so I go in there expecting it, you know. But when it's like, just this is what Spider-Man's doing in his free spare time, hanging out with MJ. Okay, they're in there kissing. All right, that's good for him. I mean, I don't care, you know. Like, if that's Spider-Man kissing MJ, that's not me kissing MJ. If it's Spider-Man kissing MJ, I don't want to hear about it. If you want to talk about me and MJ kissing, that's what I want to hear. So if it ain't me, you know, I don't want to hear about it. I don't care. Good for him. I'm not getting none though. So I don't care. Come on, let's go fight some crimes or bad guys or whatever. But yeah, Hydro Man and Sandman, they basically combine with each other, and then they have like some kind of love drama thing going on with both of their females that they're into or whatever. It don't really sound it. I mean, the way I'm talking about it don't really sound like a good read. I mean, I haven't looked at it, and I'm just kind of expecting it not to be a good read. But I'll probably skim through it and see if it's worth anything. If it is, maybe I'll come back and talk about it. But anyway, I just went on a whole little rant. Sorry about that. I'm really just trying to buy more time because, like I said, man, at the beginning, Hydro Man, talking about him is pretty short. I don't even really have any ideals of what I want for him in the game. Like, I want him to be in the game, but I don't even see how they will even do that. Like, maybe since he's water, I mean, they got Sandman and Spider-Man 2. That's great. I knew that was coming anyway. But Hydro Man, how would they do that? Well, I don't really have any theories. Not theories, I don't really have any ideals of how I want it to be done. I was kind of hoping if they ever bring Hydro Man into the game, I would like for them to make their own story with it. Like, most of the villains that we have right now are villains that's already, you know, Spider-Man already dealt with. Nobody's really new except for what Miles went through with the whole what do you call them? I forget what they call it. You know, that whole group that Miles had to take down. Those are new. Is there any new villain besides Doc Ock? Well, Doc Ock we already knew. We just got to see him become Doc Ock in the first game, but everybody else was like the same villains that Spider-Man had already dealt with in that reality. And Doc Ock was just now becoming, you know, Doc Ock in the game. So we got to see that transformation. So it's an old character turned new again. But anybody else that's new? Nope. With Kingpin, Scorpion, Electro, Shocker. Actually, Shocker? Yeah, Shocker. Yeah, Shocker. I forgot that Shocker was in the game. I kept on thinking, there's so many games that Shocker's in. I kept forgetting that Shocker was in Marvel. Yeah, he's in there. Yeah, I think, right? Yeah, I keep on forgetting. I'm still questioning it. Was he in the game? Yeah, he's in the game. Electro's in there. Yep. See, these are villains that Spider-Man already dealt with. Martin Lee, Mr. Negative. He's kind of new. Well, not new, but like new to, you know, Spider-Man gets to figure out who he is in the game, and like this is the first time Marvel, the video game, Marvel Spider-Man is dealing with him, and so that's Otto Octavius. We get the old villain become new again in this game. Mr. Negative, old villain become new again in this game. Is there anyone else? Venom, old villain become new, rewrite. Anyone else? Mysterio. No. Well, the thing is, you know, you guys remember in Marvel Spider-Man 1. Remember that? Well, maybe that just was like a gag or whatever. But remember when they went where you had to go to that mission, you had to do that you had to go to the Halloween party. And everybody was dressed up like the old villains and stuff. Like, they were dressed up as Mysterio. They was dressed up as the Lizard, Dr. Connors. Yep. That didn't even happen yet until the second game. So I guess that whole thing was just a gag. A little bit of a hint of what's to come. Okay. It's kind of hard to, cause like, how would they know? You know, they had the same costume and everything. They wouldn't even like a oh, here's Mysterio. Someone dressed up as Mysterio, but not quite exactly like Mysterio, just like their own version. They think. Yeah, that was kind of hard to explain. Yeah, it was just like a foreshadow of what's to come. Man, I'm just trying to think. And I'm also trying to buy some time because talking about Hydro Man was super short, and we're not gonna have that much time on this video. We're gonna call this a mini podcast. Let's just move on. How would I want Hydro Man to be done? Like I said, I would like for them to just make their own story with Hydro Man. Maybe, change it up a little bit. Maybe, water. Or maybe there's a boat. Since the whole city's open now, maybe there's a boat that's out in the water. And, the SS Bulldog. And there's some trouble going on. No, I kind of like the story that the comic book had. Maybe they can keep the same story. Yeah, just replay the whole comic, but they can do it however they want. Rewrite it their own kind of way. But I would like for them to rewrite the way it's, keep the same plot, but just write it in their own style. I like that. Spider-Man is like helping out some captain of a ship, and then like something happens, and Spider-Man maybe there's some bad guys that jump on the ship or whatever, and Spider-Man has to like fight them and stuff. But in the crossfire, someone gets knocked out. Spider-Man accidentally bumps into someone and falls into the water. Yeah, and like the thing about it was there was like some kind of radiation stuff in the water, and there's the generator thing they was trying to put in there. Yeah, okay. Spider-Man has to jump in and try to save the guy, but he is unconscious. Bring him back to the ship. He, instead of just like him waking up, how about we take him to the hospital or whatever, and then he wakes up in the hospital after a few days and realizes his powers and stuff, and then he tries to, he's freaking out because of his powers, and then maybe he caused like a big commotion at the hospital and escapes. And realize that Spider-Man did this to him, and maybe he wants revenge on Spider-Man, so he goes around. Maybe, I don't know, because if they follow the events in a comic book, it'll be just too short. It'll be like the shortest side mission in the game. I don't know. It's just, I don't know how I don't even have any ideas. Maybe you guys got some ideas for Hydro Man to be in the game and have like some pretty cool mission with him. Friend or foe? What do you guys think? Honestly, I kind of want him to be a foe so we can fight him. I think it'd be interesting. We got Sandman with his sand powers. Now we got Hydro Man with his water powers. Fighting someone with water, that's got to be pretty difficult to animate or, program. I don't know. I'm trying to think. Is there any water enemies that we have? What game has water enemies? I know Kingdom Hearts had water Heartless. That was pretty fun fighting anything with water. But what other game had water enemies like Hydro Man? Honestly, it's pretty impressive they did the same thing with sand. I think you can get a lot with sand, but water, you got to see it flow and move around and stuff. That'd be interesting. I'm still trying to think what game out there has a enemy or a boss that got something to do with water. I played Aquaman on the channel. That whole thing is that was a PlayStation 2. They got away with a lot of a lot of things. It wasn't too crazy for them to do stuff with water. You barely even get to see water, even though the whole game is underneath the water. But you could just put something over it, make it feel like it's on the water. But with Hydro Man, you will have to he is water, so you'll have to fight him, and he's got different water attacks. It'll be interesting. I'm trying to think. Water. Who does stuff with water? man, I don't know. I feel like Hydro Man would be pretty complex to like put in the game, but I still would love to see it. What do you guys think? Would you like to see Hydro Man? Let me know in the comments. Anyway, I think I'm gonna get out of here. I got nothing else to say about Hydro Man other than I still want him in the game. I would love to see him. And yeah, I would just love to see Hydro Man. Like, comment, subscribe, and all that good stuff. And I will catch you guys later. This one was really short. Hydro Man!